Hi kids. Today we're kind of cheating because we've already found this one, but we still wanted to document it and make a video of it. It's about the rock castle in Jackson County, West Virginia. We found a couple of different things. We wanted to go through the video and show everybody. We've had a lot of interest in this. I've had phone calls from literally all over the place from the family members to want some more information. So hopefully this video will help some. And with me, as always,
hi kids.
We have special help today. My other boy, Sean Tucker.
Oh, sticks.
Oh gosh! Okay, this is what I originally said and originally thought was the castle. This came out in the newspaper, and some people chimed in, shot me some text message, and it was very helpful towards this. As the opening monologue said, that there was two conflicting stories, and I think this is the first part of it. Of the people I spoke to over the many years of looking for this place, there was some that would say that they've walked inside of it. Other ones said no, that it was just chiseled out and a flood actually washed out the work that he did. So this, I believe, is the site where people were walking inside of, and probably thinking as well that it was the rock castle, as we see all these rocks stacked up. The gentleman that got a hold of me, though, said that he heard whenever he was a kid that this was a hog pen, which I feel was extremely elaborate. Still from the right time, still from Labon Hill's family.
Yeah, but what about the fire?
I don't know. Yeah, and there was an old campfire underneath a massive rock here. You can still see some of the ashes. That, I don't know if it was modern or what. It was still a pretty interesting find to it. People's been here at least. Snap, crackle, pop, baby. Something else I would like to know is how deep this stone wall goes down. If you can get a larger picture of all of this, we've dug down pretty far over into here, and there's still stones. So, I mean, it is stacked up pretty high, at least. Yeah, at least, if not further down. So, I mean, you would have to dig it all out to be able to tell. There was a massive flood that came through here in the 30s, which I believe probably washed a lot of this debris and stuff up. But this is where our first pretty cool piece of evidence is. Now, this was what really put it into perspective for me. We have been down here, I don't know how many times over the last 10 years I've probably been looking for this. And I've been on this exact same rock and never did notice this before until was it spring? I believe it was the springtime, and it just so happened to be raining and water was coming out of this rock, and it really illuminated it. Sean's trying to get some water here. You can see in this a D.
Here, I got the water.
Okay. Go ahead and throw it up on there. Yeah, smack it all up in there. Yeah, it cleans it up much better. Yeah.
DBS at 1875.
1875. Now that was strange to me because that was not, of course, Labon's initials. So I had to really dig deep. And later that night I was reading through his descendants. And this was, and the only one of his grandchildren that had these initials, and it was Daniel Boone Sayer, 1875. He remained on the farm throughout after Labon had left. So this date's right, it's the right time, and he's the only one of many descendants that had those initials. Okay, now this field was where I believe their house stood. There was, years ago when I first started into this, looking for it, there was a picture online of his house. It was, of course, black and white from the 1800s. It was taken after, Labon had already passed away, but still it was the family, childhood home. And it's disappeared over the years, and then it's came back, and I looked for it as I filmed this video, and I was unable to find it again. But at one time I had it and matched it up pretty well with the background. Again, you can't see nothing because of all the leaves on the trees, but you come down the winter, you can really tell a lot of the features of the hills. And another really telltale sign that a house once stood in the spring, look for Easter flowers. And this place has them around the borders. Easter flowers don't grow in the wild, and they always reseed. So even after 150 plus years, you know, they're still reseeding themselves in places where houses were. Okay, here's just another angle of the field. I was wanting to show the close proximity to where the castle possible hog pen is. So it's not very far. It's not at a great distance at all. Easy walking distance. And since there has been floods, I mean, who knows what all rocks are, you know, suppressed down by the mud and the dirt, that it could easily have stuff on them that we would never, you know, we're never going to know about. These rocks has caved in, they've fallen over the years. You just never really know. So finding anything that specifically pinpoints it is pretty interesting to me. Okay, we're actually looking for more inscriptions right now that might be able to just give some more, you know, information on them. I like finding stuff like that at any time. It just really pops out. You all right? Maybe I should have went up instead of him. But it's extremely hard to see unless the rocks are wet. I mean, see, to me, this was probably something. You could see a lot of stacked rocks back in there. This was probably level ground at one time. Who knows? Hey, you made it to the top. Don't fall. Anything up there? Nothing. Yeah, you ain't got to the big rock cliff yet. Okay, somewhere up around this bend is where another side of this story, where they say that wasn't it and it was chiseled into the rock, which has caved in and there's nothing left but a window. A gentleman sent me a picture, and I cannot recall if this is exactly what he sent me or not. It's still close to the same proximity. Right down here, about where I'm pointing, that's where the other pig pen / castle is. But according to them, it has all already got washed out. There was a article in 1940 about it, which was the last that I knew of before I started into all of this, which said that you could still see the chisel marks to this day. But were they talking about the inscription of 1875? Were they talking about something totally different? I don't know. And I have been all over these parts looking for anything else that I could find that would really tell me definitively exactly where it was. Hey Mason, right there, since you're already on that side, I found this years ago. This is not natural. I have no clue what it would have been for. You just walked right past it. You see the, yeah, it's chiseled out. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that would have been for. Like I said, that is not natural at all. It's clearly chiseled out. My original thoughts was years ago that this was the location before I found all the rest.
What if this was just a chair?
One heck of a chair. Must have been something important, because that would have took a very long time to do. And you can see chisel marks in this as well. See, this goes clear up to here, Mason. Look.
So what do you think?
I've thought about that for a decade, Mason. I have no clue. Maybe somebody else would have a better idea. You know, after you stare at everything for a while, every single thing starts having some type of like symmetrical shape to where you start thinking, man did it. I was looking at this little cave here. Markings right there next to Mason. It's literally right in front of your face. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I am going to wrap up this video. That's about all that we found down here. I just wanted to get it on video for everybody. Some of your family members might be watching this, hopefully. And I hope this helps, you know, put some links in, get a visual on it to see, you know, where your family came from. I think your entire family has amazing history. Some of the descendants, some of them before Labon, I believe it was his father, maybe his grandfather, fought in the Revolutionary War. Two of his sons fought in the Civil War. It's history that you should be proud of. I think they should have a historical marker down here somewhere that details his life and everything that, you know, he had done. It's amazing. It was a blessing to me to even be able to search for this and learn so much about your family as we went through this. Mason, you got anything to add?
I have a question.
Yeah, what you got? What you got?
What if we had gold here?
Oh, maybe we need to bring the metal detectors next time. Would you be more interested if there was tons of gold?
Well, I'm interested in it.
Okay, would you be more interested in it if Labon had tons of gold?
Yes.
He didn't. There's no legends out there like that, but we'll look for it anyway. All right.
No, that makes me depressed.
Oh, poor baby.
No.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.